Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I am Mick Alphanim. So we're going to begin here with an article on U.Today. This article is titled Ripple's General Counsel Getting Political to Take a Dig at Gensler. Getting political. You really believe in politics, don't you, Mr. Article Writer? You really believe in people telling you what to do, don't you? You believe they represent you? You think that? On any side, you believe they represent you? You want other men and women controlling you? You're comfortable with that. Then we're not cut from the same cloth, Mr. Article Writer. If all the politics burned to the ground, I'd have a sandwich and a soda and I wouldn't care. Actually, I would drink some water. I'll drink some water. Let me stop saying soda because I don't really even drink soda. I'll drink some water and a sandwich and it would be just another day. All right, let me hear what you have to say, Mr. Writer. Stuart Algorand, just understand the world is changing. A lot of us don't care about your systems. We don't respect them. Nobody rules over us. We don't care about your categorizations either at all. We're breaking free. No man shall rule over us. No woman shall rule over us. We're not bound to your world like maybe you are, your toys and stuff. We're not bound by that. That makes us very dangerous to you, doesn't it? It makes it very dangerous because you can't control us. You can't buy us. But that doesn't work. You've seen it, right? That doesn't work. We're not bound by those things. You can't enslave us with your offerings or your systems. We break free of your systems. We rebel. We flip the table over. We do things our way. That's how people used to do it. There used to be a lot of rebels and revolutionaries. They even had songs like that. Sinatra, I did it my way. Sammy Davis Jr. did it his way. They all had these songs. There was a spirit, an energy, however you want to put it. I use those words expediently. A spirit hovered over the people, of freedom. Maybe that's coming back. Says here, Stuart Algorand, Ripple's chief legal officer, recently took a dig at Gary Gensler, the head of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, but he acts like he's the head of everyone, doesn't he? He's the ruler of it. He decides how everyone's going to make money. Isn't that right? No fairness needed, no fairness necessary. So he's not showing mercy. So why should we show mercy? You cry out for mercy when you show none. Interesting. In a tweet that implies that Gensler could be a political liability for President Joe Biden, the tweet notes that over 40 million Americans own crypto. Of course, people on the come up, people building, whether they're at the top, middle, bottom, it doesn't matter. They were expanding, and rightfully so. And that shows you the potentiality that the people have, that when they are given the opportunity or have the opportunity, they will expand. And good. I'm proud and happy to see that. Well, I'm just going to say happy. I don't like to use the word proud. I don't want to have that word like this arrogance that comes with the word pride. You get what I'm saying? Like, just not for me. But I'm happy that the people showed that. 40 million Americans own crypto, and many of them are between the ages of 18 and 34. I told you it was a lot of youth. I told you. A lot of youth were on the rise. They were building. They saw the light. They saw opportunity. And under this administration, you allow Gensler to crush it. How do you think they feel? They want revenge. They may have it. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Like I said, I don't care about any politician at all. There's reason for that. There's reason for that. I don't respect politicians. I don't respect Congress. I don't respect Senate. Right now, there's too much tyranny, corruption going on. And there's nothing to stand against the corruption because you haven't built people that are strong warriors that are willing to put something on the line to go against those people that are tyrannical, that are bullies. They're all afraid of the bullies. It's not like how it used to be when you had knights, Spartans, Zulu warriors. There's not many left. That energy, for some reason, that energy is rare or is gone. But ages change. Times are changing times. If you see the signs, people, they get more desperate. They become more desperate. The people are searching for a better way. And right now it's going to appear as chaos. But there's always chaos before there's organization. In a rearrangement of things, a rearranging of things, in a shift of minds, a shift of ages. When everything is moving around, it will appear to be chaos until things settle down. Do we not see chaos right now? Things heating up. I like that term, heating up. You know, fire, alchemically speaking, is a transformative etheric element. The comments come after the SEC's enforcement action against crypto exchange Kraken, where Kraken folded, of course. They were weak, they folded. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Many people fear the giant. It only takes one to defeat the giant, then everyone else will believe that they can do it as well. It only takes one little rock, right? All right, let's move on to the next article here. This one is from cryptonomist.ch, and it is titled it says Crypto Coinbase. Why did they say Crypto Coinbase? Just say Coinbase. Coinbase fights back against SEC. All right, so, but listen, Coinbase has BlackRock backing them. That's a lot of firepower. Coinbase wasn't fighting back in the beginning. What changed? BlackRock is what changed. We'll see how this shakes out, but here's what the article says. A few days ago, the SEC succeeded in convincing Kraken to shut down its crypto staking service to U.S. users. And now it's taking a shot at Coinbase. Indeed, Coinbase itself had unveiled a couple of days earlier that the SEC was moving to try to ban it from offering a staking service to retail investors in the U.S. However, while Kraken has caved in, I like how you put that, I agree with that energy, agreeing to shut down the service in the U.S. and pay a $30 million fine. $30 million. All they're doing is just robbing these companies blind. That's it. Coinbase seems unwilling to budge. Coinbase position versus the SEC's position. The SEC, all right, which is a U.S. government agency that oversees security markets. Why do they always have to? We know who these ones are. We know who they are. You are preaching to the choir. You're talking to those of us who know already. I guarantee you. I promise you. That's who's reading your articles. But let's continue on. Argues that offering the crypto staking service is equivalent to an investment contract. They say that about everything. Everything's an investment contract. By their logic, many other things will be investment contracts as well, but they're not considered that. They're considered commodities, right? Well, okay, let's move on. Coinbase, on the other hand, argues that crypto staking is not a security because it's not. In a post published a few days ago on the exchange's official website blog, Coinbase Chief Legal Officer Paul Grewal wrote that crypto staking is not a security under either the U.S. Securities Act or the Howey test. It's not. We've gone through many technicalities as to why that is so. We even, listen, for those of you who don't want to take my word for it, I made an entire video where, well, not, I won't say the entire, a great portion of that video was Harvard Law. Listen, everyone, they're still going to say, no, it's a security. People know better. You know better than Harvard Law. Harvard Law released 2 documents talking about why these particular things, cryptocurrency, are not securities. Harvard Law. Let me say it again. And yet you're still going to have people come out and say, no, it's a security. You like, where did you get your law degree? Do you have a law? Most of these people, I know you don't have a law degree. Harvard people, they are some of the best, which shows the corruption. Everyone who has who is not corrupt and it has a high intellectual standing is saying the same thing. And yet the people will still believe the SEC. That shows you that power supersedes intellect on earth right now. As long as you have some power and you're scary, you can destroy people's lives, the people will listen and bow down. If you have some intellect, they might listen until the power comes in. Then they won't listen anymore to intellect. So, says Grewal claims that Coinbase only offers the real crypto staking service, which is not a security. By implication, he suggests that instead, that services called staking and offered by competitors might be. By implication? No, you're implicating that. I hate when you do that. And what is going on here? Where all of these websites seem like they want to throw the SEC a bone. You always take the words of these crypto heads and leaders and you twist them and say, by implication, they're saying that these other ones are. What is going on with article writers and their relationship with the SEC? Like, I don't understand why you're doing that. Do you want crypto? Your website is cryptonomos.ch. So you're gaining something from crypto, right? You dare stand against us? We'll see. Okay. I'm just taking note of anyone who goes against us on this as we're trying to get to the money. You're standing in the way of that money. You think it's a game? Any of you out there, I don't care if you're the SEC, Cryptonomos, any of you who wrote a positive thing or said a positive thing about the SEC that they're correct in something that they're clearly wrong on. You know you're standing in the way of money, right? You know you don't play with people's money. You do know that, right? All right. True crypto staking. Listen, Coinbase, just keep standing firm. Stand firm. Hold your ground. Hire some very good lawyers and be ready to put up capital. Tell all the people that back you, prepare for war. Put up that capital. Do what you have to do. Now is the time. It's the time. Let's go into this next article here. So as the U.S. citizens can't make money off of crypto and the U.S. stagnates, the West stagnates and is sinking under the water, the rest of the world is moving forward. Here's an example, cryptodaily.co.uk. Bank of Brazil now allows citizens to pay tax in crypto. With all the different problems they claim that the Brazil has, I have a lot of people that I have love for in Brazil, by the way. They're allowing their people to use crypto to pay their taxes. According to a statement by the Bank of Brazil, Brazilian taxpayers can now use cryptocurrencies to pay their taxes, fees, and governmental obligations, thanks to a joint initiative with BIFTI. The statement that said the feature is available to Brazilians with cryptocurrencies under the custody of BIFTI, who will act as a collection partner for the bank. Scroll down here. Aside from being convenient for Brazilian taxpayers, the initiative could expand the use of access to the crypto space with national coverage, while having a reputable bank providing customers with consumer protection. Lucan Shock, BIFTI's founder and CEO, said. According to reports, the introduction of the new tax initiative marks the Bank of Brazil's position as a leading force in modern financial solutions. It is. Brazil has been doing great when it comes to crypto. They have the biggest bank as far as digital assets in South America. They've been doing a great job. I mean, all of Latin America has been doing a great job. All of Africa has been doing a great job. Everybody else except the West. Hey, I guess the people, that's how the masses want it to be, right? They're not going to do anything. Once again, I'm not talking about the small group of bank coin holders that have been fighting. They're good. Let's put them to the side. I'm talking about the masses who just back down as soon as the dogs start barking. I guess this is the way they want it, right? So the world moves forward. Let's move on to this here. Another example of the world moving forward towards mass adoption. They're winning, folks. Don't the people in the US and in Europe, don't they want to win as well? Don't you want to do something? Masses of the people. DBS Bank, this is from beingcrypto.com. DBS Bank, the latest business to rush to Hong Kong. Sorry about that. My apologies, everyone. Hong Kong. As by the way, Dajahao. Rush to Hong Kong as, Neho, sorry about that. I'm not feeling like my Mandarin. I got to balance my Mandarin with my Cantonese. Sorry about that. All right. Rush to Hong Kong as the territory plans to become a crypto hub. Notable businesses like Huobi Exchange and DBS Bank are planning to expand to Hong Kong. The country is trying to attract businesses with its robust regulatory framework. Hong Kong is becoming the latest attraction for Web3 businesses as the country adopts a pro-crypto stance. Paul Chan, the financial secretary of the country, announced in January that they are committed to becoming a regional crypto hub. And now, according to a Bloomberg article, the Singapore-based DBS Bank is envisioning building its crypto business in the territory. overall, I mean, globally, minus the West, minus the West, everything is going good. I mean, even in the West, things are going okay, right? We just need that victory over the SEC, and then we're off to the races as far as the bank coins are concerned. I said this a year ago. Regular crypto is in trouble. Now they attacked the staking. Now they're attacking the stable coins. Holy smokes, they're going after all of these companies. Didn't I tell the companies before? I said that they should band together and fight all at once? Form the phalanx? You think that's a joke? It doesn't have to be physical. The things that I say, the things that the old ancient teachers teach, the old warriors teach. It doesn't matter where they come from, but they're not just physical teachings. They're mental teachings. You should have all banded together and fought at the same time and nobody backed down. But because you had that cowardice in your heart, now you all have to pay the price. You're not going to be there in the end. I'm talking about companies, folks. Companies. You won't be there in the end. A lot of you are going to get crushed. You see how high the fines are that the SEC has been issuing? Most companies can't pay that without being done. But let's move on to this next article here. All right. Oh, man, now we're going to get you some Algorand news. They've been doing a great job, doing a fantastic job. Very happy with what Algorand has been doing. Here's a tweet here from Algorand Accelerate. And it's titled, Introducing NIFT-Gen, a hub that empowers video creators to better monetize their content. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I make videos. Hold on a second. Let me read this. Hold on. Building an ecosystem where users are actually rewarded for their engagement. This is interesting. Meet the Algorand Accelerate 2022 or 22/23 cohort. Okay, this is interesting. Very interesting. So it's called NIFT-Gen. All right. Algorand does has some more innovation going on. They're always at the forefront of everything. I like this. I'm going to check this out. This personally. Hey, I don't know what everybody else is going to do. I just know that's what I'm going to do. So now let's move on to another tweet here. Algorand Foundation tweets this out. Tokenizing real world assets and bringing blockchain capabilities to financial and non-financial institutions is what Coinbase is all about. Listen, I've been talking about Coinbase for so long. People are overlooking this company that has been taking Algorand and building on Algorand all around the world, putting algo into the works all around the world, in Africa, in Latin America. Says here, the co-founder of Coinbase and CEO shared a bit about the amazing work his team is doing. They're saying exactly what I just said. The amazing work his team is doing in Latin America and Nigeria. They see the future, man. They understand where everything is going. A lot of these places are not what the West makes them out to be on TV. They're doing very well. They're advancing. Don't get me wrong. Every place is going to have their struggles. Every place is going to have their hardships. But when you look at the innovation that's going on, when you look at the heart and the minds of the people willing to move forward, learning at a rapid pace, building at a rapid pace, it's happening. Latin America, Africa, parts of Europe also, Southeast Asia, all across Asia, really. I mean, these places are taking off and advancing rapidly. These companies want a piece of that value, a piece of that money. So they're setting up early, getting in early, setting up infrastructure so that value can flow across their chains. And they can see a little bit of that money, 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 money. They're not there by mistake. Or do you believe that? You believe they're there by mistake? I don't think so. Let's move on here. So Coinbase continues to do a great job. We know they're building over there. Traceability over there in Nigeria. Traceability, actually, they're in a few places in Africa. Traceability over there in Latin America. Payroll. Various infrastructures to move currency back and forth as well, right? Just independent of payroll, of course. I mean, they're doing it all. So now let's go here. So then we have another tweet. It was actually a post, a video here from Algorand. And it was a retweet from Yahoo Finance. This is great advertising. Algorand has been doing a great job with that, letting the world know why they're the best. And this was no different. So you had the esteemed Staci Warden doing another great job, being very eloquent in explaining why blockchain is great, why Algorand is the absolute best. I was thoroughly happy with how this turned out in Staci Warden's explanation. There's a lot of other blockchain heads that they don't really do a great job when they're put on the spot about why blockchain is the best and should be utilized. Staci Warden absolutely killed this, right? And that's how and this is on Yahoo, so there's a lot of viewers that view articles and videos on Yahoo Finance in particular. So this could bring more people that may want to utilize Algorand, not just hold Algo. Sure, that's good too. That's good as well. But to build on Algorand is even better. It can benefit their businesses, and then also that's more Algo that's in use, right? So, and we want all the value and volume that we can get rolling across chain. So this is very, very good in my humble opinion. Now, let's go here. So I wanted to cover this whole article here. Once again, the rest of the world is moving forward. But when we see things like this, it's in particular, the bank coins are going to benefit. This is from the fintechtimes.com, and the article is titled, Dubai introduces virtual assets regulations in partnership with DLA Piper, Dubai. We have so many bank coins that are deep in the United Arab Emirates. Hedera is there. I think this was actually retweeted by Hedera. And what they're doing is they're setting up infrastructures using Hedera. But let's read this little tidbit here. It says the Dubai-focused Virtual Assets Regulatory Authority, VARA, has created a new regulatory framework specific to virtual assets in collaboration with law firm DLA Piper. VARA, the independent regulator for virtual assets, has published a regulatory framework in an effort to enhance the virtual assets ecosystem, promote innovation in the sector, and ultimately drive economic growth in Dubai. The Virtual Assets and Related Activities Regulations 2023 also look to further ensure responsible market participation and consumer protection. The new regulations take an activity-based and technology-agnostic approach to set baseline compliance rules for all operators in the virtual asset sector. The regulations apply to all virtual assets in an effort to remove the complexities that exist in other jurisdictions. Look how rapidly they're moving with regulation. DLA Piper supported the creation of the new regulations with a global team of lawyers. Global team. Lawyers from Dubai, Hong Kong, London, and Washington use their regulatory expertise and sector knowledge of both virtual assets and financial services regulations. DLA Piper also used the digital asset creation engine, TOCO, to support Virtual Assets Regulatory Authority. The engine provides a platform for creating new markets and uses distributed ledger technology. I think that's what's built on Hedera, actually, to provide market information and offer transparency. TOCO's unique capabilities largely supported VARA with technical elements of the blockchain as well as the asset creation. It says, this is from Hedera. It says, DLA Piper's @TOCO network supports VARA, so TOCO network, by providing tokenization and transparency to the new framework, powered by Hedera. Are you understanding where this is about to go? H-bar will go far. That's my humble opinion, not financial advice. But you see the setup. They're in deep with a multitude of banks. They're in deep in the United Arab Emirates. And now they have this infrastructure, this regulatory infrastructure powered by Hedera. That tells you how much they trust and respect Hedera. They're going to go much further from here. This is just where they're beginning. This is massive. So let's move on here. Where did we leave off? Okay, so now we have this article here on zcrypto.com, and it's titled, Revolut leads UK crypto-friendly efforts with new crypto staking feature. So once again, the rest of the world moving forward. Let's scroll down here. It says, following efforts to consolidate its spot as Europe's largest crypto-friendly neobank, Revolut recently launched a cryptocurrency staking feature on its app, kicking off the Cardano, Tezos, and much later to join Ethereum and Polkadot. Revolut is looking to tap into growing crypto interest among its nearly 25 million unique users. Alongside traditional financial services, its in-app platform also features basic analytics of the crypto market, buy options for tokens, and an opportunity to stake for an annual percentage yields of up to 11.65%. So as they're shutting down staking, or at least attempting to, in the United States, they're opening up staking in the UK. Well, go ahead, UK, do good for yourselves. I want all the people to win around the world, the people on the ground, no matter where you come from. I want you to win. Go get to that money. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to go stake. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I hope that everyone's doing well. That's all right? So now let's move on to this next article here. We're getting through a lot of articles today. We're doing pretty good right now. Things are looking good. You know, we're in a fight. That's okay. We're going to take a few lumps. We're going to give a few lumps too. All right. We're not soft. We're not weak. We're okay. We're in this fight. We're going to win. So now here, this is from Cointelegraph.com, and it's titled, Coinbase CEO invites DC residents over for ice cream and crypto talk. What? Did you really invite them over for ice cream, sir? No, I know he didn't say that. What kind of get together was this? Wait, let's read it. Calm down, people. Tranquilo. Look at one. Brian Armstrong said he had about an hour at the Dirksen Senate office, in Washington, D.C. to chat about crypto. All right, okay. And enjoy low sugar food at the building snack bar. All right, I see. Why did I envision him inviting people over his house for ice cream? Okay, he's talking about come to the Senate office. Brian Armstrong, CEO of United States-based cryptocurrency firm Coinbase, is looking for lawmakers and regulators to discuss regulatory clarity in the crypto space. Oh, this is a good thing that he's doing. In a February 13th tweet, I'm sorry, I can't be as eloquent right now. I went to the gym earlier. One of my subscribers, Keith, got me pumped up to go to the gym this morning. I went to the gym and I went way too hard. Now I'm tired. Keith, what are you doing to me? Keith is like, we gotta work out. He's lifting weights right now, drinking a protein shake. No, I'm just messing with you, Keith. My people make sure that Alphanim stays on point, stays at his best. My people always make sure, yeah. Oh yeah, they tell me some jokes. They might drop a little research on me, inspire me to work out a little harder. Yeah, my people, they look out for me here. So anyway, here. Says, according to, also my people request Mr. T a lot. I'm looking for the costume, the hair, the beard, the mustache. I lost it, just like the gray hair one. I lost the mustache on the gray hair one. The gray hair costume, if you notice. That's why I haven't done the character. And the glasses I lost. So I have to find these things, and then I'll be able to do a couple characters for you, okay? Just give me some time, all right? According to the Coinbase CEO, he was looking for low sugar options amid the selection of soft serve ice cream and toppings. Why was it ice cream, sir? I'm not understanding. Why would you meet him at the building snack bar? Okay, so maybe this is the only thing that's what they have as a snack at the snack bar is some ice cream? That's what they have? What? These people, man, no wonder all these people are super unhealthy. They'll be snacking on ice cream every day. That's what they're doing. That's what they like the sweets, huh? That explains a lot. All that aggression, all of that, all that anger, all that sugar clogged up in their systems, all that sugar and fat clogged up in their systems, man. What's wrong with these folk? Anyway, quote, ain't nothing wrong with some ice cream right there. I know. I'm just talking about with them, man. They supposed to be in much better shape to keep clear minds. A good body supports a good mind, right? And so they need that in order to lead if they were actually leaders, but they're not. So we know that, Quote, I'm in Washington, D.C. and had a meeting canceled, said Armstrong. Quote, if anyone wants to come chat about crypto and how we get crypto legislation plus regulatory clarity this year. Armstrong's presence in D.C. followed the Securities and Exchange Commission's $30 million announcement with Kraken. Okay, just tell me, did anybody show up? The Coinbase CEO's call to senators and House representatives. Is that what this was? Why didn't you say that at the beginning of the article? and other DC residents, that's what I thought. I thought it was to anybody else, preceded U.S. lawmakers with the Senate Banking Committee preparing to hold a hearing on February 14th, exploring the impact of a crypto market crash. What do you mean impact? It didn't affect any of the banks. What are you talking about? A couple of companies went down. Like I said, they're pointing a finger at crypto while their systems are burning to the ground. Both of their political sides want to harm each other physically. They're at the point where talking is over, and those two political sides want to wring each other's necks. And you're talking about crypto? Come on now. Crypto is the least of your problems in the United States. United States has so many problems, man. And listen, I love the people on the ground, the sensible people on the ground, no matter where you come from. I love you, on the people on the ground that are salt of the earth. You're doing what you're supposed to do. You're getting to the money. You're staying healthy. You're keeping a clear mind. You're staying strong through all of this hell that we're going through. That's who I have respect for. But the political entities and such like that, and the political pawns, no. They're the problem. Crypto is not the problem. All right. So now let's move on here. Let's go to this next article here. All right. SeekingAlpha.com has an article titled Cathie Wood's ARK buys $9 million in Coinbase shares, even as regulatory scrutiny heats up. That's easy to do. And that's easy to perceive why she would do that. I mean, Coinbase has a solid stance. And once again, it's not that difficult for the little fish. And listen, compared to BlackRock, ARK Invest is a small fish. They're just following the big fish like a remore. They waited for a while to see what's happening. Is BlackRock shaking? I haven't seen them shaking from backing Coinbase. And if that's the case, a lot of these other small fish like ARK Invest are going to come up and they're going to take a bite. They want a little bit of that money. They see that this might be solid in the long run. I don't know what's going to happen in the short term. There's turbulence in the waters right now, but that's okay. Oftentimes the waters will become still when you least expect it, and then the money comes in. So yeah, I mean, listen, ARK Invest has also made a lot of good calls. I do agree with part of their Bitcoin call, 500,000. Sure, I think that's possible in the future. Definitely. 100,000. Sure, yes. It'll take time. It will not happen overnight. But is it possible? Yes. Now, $1 million, like what they call, that's rather ambitious, and it's just going to get them some publicity. That's what I think about that. So I don't agree with everything that ARK Invest does, but they made a lot of good calls in the stock market also. They made a lot of good calls. So we'll see how this works out. Cathie Wood's ARK Invest management snapped up 162.3K shares, are respectable, shares of Coinbase on Friday worth $9 million, according to a daily trade notification. Yeah, so we'll see how it works out. I think it's going to work out well. I think Coinbase has a bright future. Like I said, they're backed by BlackRock. BlackRock has some of the best researchers on the planet. There's no way that they're going to back Coinbase if Coinbase wasn't going anywhere. And BlackRock behind the scenes is going to make their political weight felt. I don't know how to phrase that correctly, but they're going to make everybody feel their power. If you don't know who BlackRock is, look them up. Trust me on this. They're the one you don't want to mess with at all, ever. So we'll see. We'll see how it works out. You got a few rogue elements in the government. Maybe they might want to bark up that tree. We will see. And listen, that little stuff, sometimes things happen just for show. That little SEC stuff, sometimes they do stuff just for show. We'll see what actually happens with this whole staking thing. Now let's continue on here. So we have this article here on coinedition.com. It's titled UAE Bank Launches Financial Infrastructure. I think this is the same thing as the what we were just covering. So we're going to skip this, but there's a lot of activity happening in the UAE right now. Actually, wait a minute. It says the Central Bank of the UAE has launched a financial infrastructure transformation program. Oh, this is different. There's a lot happening in the UAE. The FIT program has included 9 key digital finance initiatives aimed at the acceleration of digital transformation in the financial services sector. You know, it's funny. It would be so easy to go over and get some money in the UAE. Oh, it will be very easy. Like, it's so tempting. United States, what are you doing? What are you doing? You don't want to make some money, United States? Like, oh my goodness, you guys are really hurting yourselves. It'd be very easy to go over to these places and really rack up some money, make some money. We're trying to keep some businesses here in the United States. You're making it a little bit Difficult, buddy. Oh, man, because I'm looking at all these places like, this would be easy money. It says, as per the official announcement, the 9 key initiatives permit UAE to become the financial and digital hub, payment hub. We just heard Hong Kong say the same thing. Now, so there's a race to become a digital hub. We heard the UK say the same thing somewhere. Where was it? It was somewhere in the UK said the same thing about a week or two ago. So now they're in a race to become the crypto hub. Oh, this is going to get good very fast as they try to outdo each other. Oh, yeah. So now let's finish reading this. It says, and a, quote, center of excellence for innovation and digital transformation. The FIT program is part of a wider strategy to position CBUAE among the top central banks globally. And we're in deep with a lot of banks in the MENA region. Keep that in mind, folks. Ripple is in deep. Atajari Wafa. What was the other banks? I can't remember the other ones, but there were like 3 or 4 other ones. My apologies. But I just remember Atajari Wafa. QMB. QMB Bank and a few others. Then Hedera has some banks. Then who else has banks over there? I can't remember. Stellar has something going on in the MENA region. I just can't remember what off the top of my head. Is it Algorand? Is in deep with a bank over there or 2? My apologies, everyone. A little bit tired. You guys know already, though. I'm preaching to the choir. You probably know all the banks off the top of your head, you know. But you could always look them up if you're new here or you don't know. All right. So here it says, the FIT program's proposal included the launch of a card domestic scheme and development of instant payments platform. The proposal also incorporated the issuance of a central bank digital currency for domestic and cross-border utilizations. We just covered an article 2 chapters back about Hedera running the infrastructure in the UAE. It was the UAE, right? Hold on, let me go here. Permit me this little pause here for a moment. Dubai introduces virtual assets. Yeah. Dubai focused virtual assets regulatory group, VARA. All right. That's what I'm saying. Things may actually take off faster than I thought. I would have never thought that the MENA region would be moving so quickly. And not just them in particular, really. I didn't think the rest of the world was going to move this fast, but I think what's happening, this is lightning speed, everyone. I think what's happening is they see that the West has paused. They may not know why or understand why. Maybe they do know why, but they're taking advantage of it, moving as fast as possible. Who doesn't want to be number one? Who doesn't want to be somewhere near the top? And I think they see the opportunity to be at the top. And I'm not mad at them either. Peace be with them. They're doing a good job. Okay, so now let's move on here. But my goodness. It says, in connection with the recent announcement regarding the CBUAE's launch of the FIT program, H.E. Khalid Mohammed Balama, governor of the CBUAE, stated, quote, the FIT program embodies the directions and aspirations of our wise leadership towards digitizing the economy and developing the financial sector. We are proud to be building an infrastructure that will support a thriving UAE financial ecosystem and its future growth. By the way, a lot of people have gone over. They're doing well in United Arab Emirates, by the way. My goodness. That's what I'm saying. It's very tempting. Furthermore, as a part of the FIT initiative, CBUAE would adopt advanced supervisory technologies and data management solutions with the establishment of financial cloud, eKYC, and open finance platforms. Open finance platforms. See, they understand where everything is going. These people are going straight to the future. I don't want to be repetitious. I just keep thinking in my head, West, what are you doing? This has to be a controlled demolition of the West. It has to be. There's no way you don't want to thrive. This is easy work at this point because the bank coin companies are just handing you infrastructure, just like Hedera just did. They're handing you sandboxes. They're handing you infrastructures. All you have to do is run it. Let's continue on here. So then we have this article here on zcrypto.com. It follows up from an article we covered a few days ago about the IMF in El Salvador. They continue to hound El Salvador IMF. Come here, let me tell you something. First of all, You talk to Salvadorans like they don't know what to do, or they don't have an idea or a plan, or they're going to do something wrong. You talk to them like you're their parent. No, that's number one, that's wrong. Number two, I guarantee you don't know any Salvadorans, no real Salvadorans. I grew up with Salvadorans. They're my people. Ate lots of pupusa, tomal, lunch, breakfast, and dinner. Let me tell you something, IMF. One thing I love about the Salvadoran people is they don't take kindly to tyrants, and you're not going to be telling them what to do. They have a lot of rebel in their heart. They're strong too. That's another thing. They're strong enough to stand up to bullies. I love it. Oh yeah, and they like to box also. Yeah, we used to box in the street all the time. I told you about Jose, didn't I? Yeah, I told you a story about Jose, right? Yeah. So they're tough people, and I'm glad it's that way, because you want so badly to get that control over them, because you know it might set an example to everyone else, because Salvadorans are some of the toughest, right? I'm glad they're rebelling. So this is what the article says. IMF warns. I take that in two ways, but one way I take it is a threat. You dare? IMF warns El Salvador against using tokenized securities to fund Bitcoin, as though they don't know the positives and negatives of it. Once again, like I said, the IMF talks to people like they're idiots. Not just El Salvador, they talk to everyone like they're some high and mighty, brilliant individuals. And actually, if you listen to them speak, they're quite ignorant. And let me tell you something, you can be eloquent and you can be an idiot at the same time. Eloquence has nothing to do with intellect. Trust me, I know this. I know some people that don't speak eloquently, and they were brilliant. I know, because they were in the same classes that I was in. Gifted programs. Okay? Weren't eloquent. So don't let them fool you, because they speak so clear. Means nothing. Oops, sorry, I just smacked my stuff over. The International Monetary Fund has cautioned El Salvador against using tokenized bonds to fund Bitcoin purchases, and urged it to reconsider its plan to expand its exposure to the cryptocurrency. My goodness. Yeah, because they won't need you anymore if it goes off, right? They won't need you. The IMF expressed concerns over the risks that Bitcoin could bring to financial stability, fiscal sustainability, and customer protection, urging the government to be more open in its management of Chivo and the Bitcoin Trust Fund, including auditing. Listen, they don't have to listen to you. You know what this sounds like when somebody's being abusive and they're beating the crap out of you and stuff like that. And so then they're telling you how you'll never have it as good. You'll never have it like this again. I'm trying to protect you. That's exactly what this sounds like. If they liked what you were doing, IMF, if you were treating them well, they would have listened to you. That should tell the world and you something, that you weren't doing right. You're not doing well by anybody. A lot of countries are rebelling against you. But as I said before, you have a keen eye on El Salvador, because, like I said, you want to. It's like when people go hunting, they want the biggest, meanest lion, and it sends a message to the other lions that if this one gets boomed, I'll just say it like that. If this one gets boomed, what's going to happen to the rest of you? That was the alpha. They go for the alpha first. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's what this looks like. We'll see if it works out. I doubt it, but we'll see if it works out. Now, for the IMF, I doubt it's going to work out for them. I hope it works out for El Salvador. Power to the people. Now, let's go here. We have this article here. It's on money.usnews.com. And it's titled, Dollar Hits 6-Week Peak. Excuse me. It's almost a dance. Dollar hits 6-week peak versus yen ahead of U.S. inflation data. Falls versus others. Let's read just a little bit of dollar news here. The dollar rose to 6-week highs against the rate-sensitive Japanese yen in a choppy trading on Monday, on expectations that the Federal Reserve will keep monetary policy tight for longer, sending short-term U.S. Treasury yields higher. The U.S. currency, however, fell against most currencies as investors pared back long dollar positions after a strong rally last week. Expectations for U.S. rates to remain higher for longer will be challenged or reinforced by the week's main event, The release of U.S. consumer price data on Tuesday, which loomed over Monday's trading. Quote, for the Fed, it doesn't seem that rate hikes are over yet. Fed Chair Jerome Powell hinted of a higher peak rate last week if the jobs market continues to be hot. Told you that they're flip-floppy. Well, they're adjusting on the fly. I'll be fair. They're adjusting on the fly, but at the same time, you never know what they're going to do because they're very flip-floppy, said Eric Breger. Well, that's not what he said. That's what I said, but I'm continuing the sentence from before. Director of FX and Precious Metals Risk Management at Silver Gold Bull in Toronto. Quote, I found the Fed speak last week to be hammering home higher rates for longer. That's why the US dollar has had momentum over the last week and a half. Let me scroll down here. Sorry about that. The dollar rose to 132.91 yen, the highest since January the 6th. It was last up 1% at 132.69 yen. The greenback tracked the rise in the U.S. Treasury 2-year yield, which was last up 3 basis points at 4.542% after hitting its highest since late November. So once again, this article is on money.usnews.com. They have a lot of great articles over there. Make sure you go and check them out. If you want to hear the rest of this article, this is a great article with lots of data in here. All right, so now let's move on here. We're going to end with a little bit of gold news, right? This gold makes me happy. This is from fxstreet.com and it's titled Gold Price Forecast. XAU/USD could dive below $1,800 on more technical sell-offs. ANZ. I'm not worried about anything at all. We got it in a good low. You know, it's going to be new opportunities. It goes down a little bit, more opportunities to gobble up a little more. Not financial advice. I'm just speaking personally. This is what I think. This is what I think, like, right? Gold's bullish momentum. Gold has a bright future. Very bright. Gold's bullish momentum has been fading. A further sell-off could confirm prices falling below $1,800 in the short term. Strategists at ANZ Bank report fading bullishness. Gold. Quote, gold hit a high of $1,960 in the first week of February, but strong U.S. labor data led to a sharp correction of 4%. While this correction looks normal after a 20% price rally, yes, it looks natural to me, the bullishness seems to be waning. Quote, further fall in gold prices could trigger more technical sell-offs. I could see that happening. Yeah, this is formulaic at this point. In the short term, quote, the key supports are $1,800 and $1,730. I'm worried about nothing. Quote, on the upside, the immediate resistance lies at $1,900. Should the price peak above $1,930, it would confirm a continuation of the uptrend. Either way, in the long term, and that's where I look. Everything is looking fantastic for gold, silver, a few other things, right? So now that you have that information, what are you going to do with it? I know what I'm going to do with it. So until next time, let's get to the money.